Intuitive Edge. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. So I want to talk about Donald Trump Jr. I had an intuitive flash when I was looking through some news articles and I came across his picture, and I just had an intuitive flash about him being a future president of the United States. So I want to take a look at the tarot to see if the tarot corroborates that, if there is some possible truth to that. So I want to take a look and see what the tarot has to say, just to see. So I'm going to shuffle up the cards and we're going to take a look at that. I'll be right back. So there's a method that I learned from a lady who was a psychic that I knew many years ago. She was very good, by the way. She used a method. I'm not sure what she called it, but she would write down things on paper and then feel the energy, like draw lines to different answers and then feel the energy and which way the energy flowed on the paper. And so I've kind of adopted my own little method that I've used for that. And so what I do is I'll write down the name and then close my eyes and then just see where does my hand go. I'll draw lines to different answers. Like, for instance, Donald Trump Jr., I wrote Senator, Vice President, POTUS, Representative, and maybe an official in the president's administration someday, other political, and other non-political. So I have all these arrows going these different directions, and I put my hand on the paper and closing my eyes so I wouldn't know which way I was going. I just was drawn, and then I opened my eyes when I feel the energy. And it went right to POTUS, and it was like strong. It wouldn't go anywhere else. So it feels like there's energy on him someday being president of the United States. That's what I get from this method. Okay, so I shuffled up the cards and I wrote out 5 questions, did a quick 5-card spread. Questions are, will Donald Trump Jr. be president someday? The past, the hidden, the future, and the final outcome. Okay. So on the question, will Donald Trump Jr. be president someday? I've got the wish card. It came in upright. This is a card of your wish being granted. It's a general, very positive card. The next card is the past. We have a messenger on the past. This is like things kind of having to get unstuck to get moving. So there may be some challenges along the way. Maybe I sense him maybe taking some time. Probably it's not going to be like right away. It feels like it's maybe in the 2030s, maybe 2032. So it feels like there's going to be some time for things to kind of settle before that ends up kicking in, perhaps. But this is a message of kind of things being like slow or delayed or just having to move in its own timing. So I don't think it would be like right after, his dad kind of thing. Okay. Now the hidden. What do we have that's hidden? We have the Queen of Swords reversed. This is a difficult card reversed. She can be kind of going through some personal, I think he's going to go through some personal things in his life. Now this is one of the divorce cards. Now I'm not saying that he's going to go through divorce, but it is presenting an emotional, mental challenge that could be in like home, family. So maybe some things have to be kind of settled or ironed out in the next few years prior to any run for president. Okay, the next card is the card on the position of the future for him. Now we have a reversed Hierophant, High Priest. Now, this is actually kind of exciting because when you have the reversal on the High Priest, this is somebody who's maybe bucking trends or kind of being a little bit of their own person, kind of a separate, apart from the group. this is somebody who's original. They're an original thinker, somebody who wants to go their own way, and not necessarily be a conformist. So I think if he was to run for president, he would probably present himself as being somebody who is not going to just go with the flow, but be his own person in his style, and maybe be a little original. Definitely not a rubber stamped kind of person. Okay. Now, on the final outcome card for this, we have another 9. So we started with a 9 and end with a 9. This is the 9 of Pentacles. This is a card, as you can tell, of luxury, of Pentacles being values, things we value, and being in abundance. It's a card of victory in terms of material possessions and wealth and abundance in your life. And that would bode well on a final outcome for the question of, is he going to be president someday? Now, underneath. We like that underneath card, okay. Underneath, look at that, 10 of Cups. Now, this is a card of, basically, it's very similar to the 9 of Cups. It's a card of happiness, family, joy, success. So I do think that there is a chance that it would bode well for him if he were to run for president. He's got some good energy on it. Just intuitively, I do feel, though, that the next maybe 8 to 10 years, he's got to kind of settle out some things in his personal life first before that would actually become a reality for him. So, but once he gets through maybe some challenges in his personal life, he'll be able to open up a little bit, and it's like the canvas will be a clean slate again for him, and he'll be able to feel like he has a fresh start. I think right now, I feel like he's got some things that are kind of priorities that are weighing him a little bit. Again, I don't know him personally, but it just feels like he's got some stuff that he's kind of got to work through. But it might take a few years to do that. But once he does, I feel like it's going to just completely release him. I feel like he's going to feel like a weight has been lifted off of him, and it's going to give him a sense of relief. And this moving forward will just feel natural. Maybe running for president, I don't know how that's going to work out for him, but it's going to feel like he just kind of fell into things, or they just kind of flowed in a natural way for him. So I think this will come after that, after he's been able to kind of work through stuff in his personal life. Okay. All right. I think that's all I get for him for this. So interesting. We'll see what happens. Might have to wait a few years, but if any of you remember me in 10 years, maybe we'll see if this prediction comes true, but stay tuned. All right. Okay. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you next time. Bye for now.